Ice hockey is a form of disorderly conduct in which the score is kept. If all the cars in the United States were placed end to end, it would probably be Labor Day weekend. Wisdom is the quality that keeps you from getting into situations where you need it. Spring is when you feel like whistling even with a shoe full of slush. The only nice thing about being imperfect is the joy it brings to others. A weed is a plant that has mastered every survival skill except for learning how to grow in rows. If the English language made any sense, lackadaisical would have something to do with the shortage of flowers. Real elation is when you feel you could touch a star without standing on tiptoe. There must be a happy medium somewhere between being totally informed and blissfully unaware. Establishing goals is all right if you don't let them deprive you of interesting detours. What some people mistake for the high cost of living is really the cost of high living. An optimist thinks this is the best of all worlds. A pessimist fears the same may be true. Nostalgia, a device that removes the ruts and potholes from memory lane. Few things are more satisfying than seeing your own children have teenagers of their own. Instead of giving a politician the keys to the city, it might be better to change the locks. To err is human, to admit it, superhuman. The reason people blame things on previous generations is that there's only one other choice. If people concentrated on the really important things in life, there'd be a shortage of fishing poles. Some of the world's greatest feats were accomplished by people not smart enough to know they were impossible. Few things are more delightful than grandchildren fighting over your lap. A true friend is one who overlooks your failures and tolerates your successes. Home computers are being called upon to perform many new functions, including the consumption of homework formerly eaten by the dog. Nostalgia is a file that removes the rough edges from the good old days. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you'd have preferred to talk. Autumn is a season followed immediately by looking forward to spring. The surprising thing about young fools is how many survive to become old fools. Life expectancy would grow by leaps and bounds if green vegetables smelled as good as bacon. Law of airlines: the shorter the time between flights, the greater the distance between gates. Accomplishing the impossible means only that the boss will add it to your regular duties. The aging process has you firmly in its grasp if you never get the urge to throw a snowball. A lot of people mistake a short memory for a clear conscience. Nostalgia is like a grammar lesson, you find the present tense and the past perfect. Sometimes opportunity knocks, but most of the time it sneaks up and then quietly steals away. For disappearing acts, it's hard to beat what happens to the 8 hours supposedly left after 8 of sleep and 8 of work. There are few things more satisfying than seeing your children have teenagers of their own. A pun is the lowest form of humor, unless you thought of it yourself. More marriages might survive if the partners realize that sometimes the better comes after the worse. A child is a person who can't understand why someone would give away a perfectly good kitten. The trouble with learning from experience is that you never graduate. A child is a person who can't understand why someone would give away a perfectly good kitten. The world is full of people looking for spectacular happiness while they snub contentment. The trouble with the last snowfall of the season is that you can't be sure. A pun is the lowest form of humor, unless you thought of it yourself. People are living longer than ever before, a phenomenon undoubtedly made necessary by the 30-year mortgage.